Hey, what's going on, YouTube? And I'm back. 4th of July weekend, just got done with work. And I'm going out for a little joyride before it starts raining all weekend. That's right. It's gonna rain all weekend. And it's about to rain tonight. Oh, feels good to get out on the bike, even if it is for an hour or however long I can. I've just been waiting to ride all day today. Anyways, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. Obviously, it's kind of what I do for fun. Just watching videos of people ride motorcycles, people talking about motorcycles. And something came across my mind. I'll tell you a story. I was at a Indian I was at an Indian dealership just looking at bikes, right? Taking my kids to bowling and bowling alley, and we didn't have to be there for a little bit, so yeah, we decided to stop at the Indian dealership. And man, I fell in love with this bike. And it was a 2024 Indian Sport Chief. And man, when I sat in it, it was like heaven. I was like, man. But then I thought about my Rebel. I'm like, man, I just got this thing, It's like, what am I going to do with this? Like, trade it in already? I'm not going to do that, but it made me think. It's a lot more powerful than my bike. My bike is 500 cc's, actually 471. And it got me thinking, it's like, do I need anything more than what I have now, at least for a while as a beginner? Now, I'm starting to catch myself, like, I don't want to say overconfident, but I'm pretty proficient at what I'm doing right now. Just riding around and, things like that. And I'm already looking at faster bikes and bigger bikes and all of that, and weighing out the pros and cons as a beginner. And I don't know. It's like, do I need a bigger bike than this right now? More than 500 cc's? Do I want to mess with the weight of a heavier bike? Am I ready for the sheer power and pull, right? I don't know. But I know that if I actually got one, I'd probably teach myself how to do it. I'm a pretty fast learner. But then I start thinking broader. It's like, does someone actually need, even if they were an experienced rider, would you actually need more than 500 cc's? Right? And for me, I don't think anyone needs anything. You don't need a 500 cc motorbike, especially when you're just a beginner. Been riding 2, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, a year. It's just like 500 cc's is just fine, in my opinion. A lot of these guys want to go out and buy a 1,000 cc bike and not even use half of that power, not even a quarter of that power, right? Especially right away. Like, if you've been riding for a while and you want that torque, and depending on what type of bike you ride, I mean, great, to each their own. But do you actually need more than 500 to do anything? And it's like, if you're doing in-town riding, occasional highway, this Rebel can do it. Now, right now, I'm cruising 55 miles an hour right now, very comfortable. I've been on the interstate, 75, 85 miles an hour, keeping up with traffic. Is it going to be like a Harley Bagger or a Honda Goldwing? Oh man, that'd be nice. No, it's not going to be, because you're not going to have that sheer torque, right? I mean, this is a high revving engine. So what people are talking about when they want bigger engines to go on the highways is that torque. So it's not so, I mean, the throttle's sensitive, but you're not overworking the engine to keep up with the speed. And one day, I'd like to get there. I really love the Honda Goldwings as well. I've been watching videos on that. I want to test drive one. You know, but those are like, what, $30,000, $35,000. It's like, man, I'm gonna have to ride a lot of highway in order to justify that. And honestly, I don't know if it would be fun to ride in town. You know what I mean? So if I got something big like that, I think what I would do is just buy it as a second bike. I would keep my Rebel Honda, like a Honda Rebel 500. I would keep this bike, most definitely. I would keep this bike and get a second bike one day down the road. I don't know if I'd ever want to trade it in. For in-town riding, stuff like this is perfect. You know, it's nimble, it's light. I don't need anything in my daily life, right? I don't feel like I need more than 500 cc's. I like to stay nimble. But I mean, how do you feel about it? I mean, as a beginner bike, I honestly think that there's no better platform for a beginner bike, for a beginner rider, than the Honda Rebel platform. Honestly, I mean, anything can be a beginner bike, but you know, this is a 2025 Honda Rebel 500. I mean, this is pretty cool for a beginner and for advanced riders. You know what I mean? If you don't want to lug around a big bike, that's cool too. See, it's looking dark over there, and I don't want to go over there. It looks like it's a little too rainy over there. I am going to make this turn here and see where this takes me. Woohoo! But yeah, just cruising neighborhoods and everything like that. I mean, I'd like to get to know different bikes one day. But honestly, I'm so happy with what I have right now, and maybe one day I'll get a heavier bike. But you know, the first thing I'm going to do with the heavy bike, I'm not going to come out here. I'm probably just going to take it to the parking lot, you know? Just because I've been riding for a little bit doesn't mean I can ride a heavy bike, you know what I mean? So like, I've never done it, so I'm not going to be cocky and be like, well, I can do slow speed maneuvers with this and yada 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 yada, right? I mean, I have a good foundation, so I can learn. But that's the first thing that I'm going to do when I get on a heavy bike, is take it out on, just like how I started with this. I didn't come out in the street right away. I'm gonna go into a parking lot and ride around, right? Do slow speed maneuvers. See, I need to be able to do everything that I can on that bike than I can on this bike, right? Everything I can do on this bike, I need to be able to do on a heavy bike as well, within reason, you know? Lean angles and all of that, it's gonna feel weird, but you know, same thing applies, right? And I'm not going to come out here with a heavy bike unless I'm really comfortable. Like, I'm getting to the point now where I don't have to think about what I'm doing on this bike. Slow speed, fast, whatever. And it's been about three and a half months now since I've been riding, you know. And I try to ride as much as I can. But yeah, going back to if I need a more powerful bike, maybe one day, but that, you know what, that power, I'm going to be able to use it. When I buy over 1,000 cc bike, whether it's a cruiser, a Honda Goldwing, or that nice ass Indian Sport Chief, I'm gonna have that power mean something, right? I'm not just going to buy something just to say that I got 1,000 cc's between my legs, because at the end of the day, I need purpose for what I have and for what I'm buying. So one day I want to be able to cruise the highways, the interstates, and go like interstates between states, you know, go to Georgia, go to Texas, and kind of do these long distance rides. I think that would be so much fun to do. But I know that I'm not going to be able to do on this thing for very long, right? When I'm on I-75 and going for a long time, is like the wind is just hitting my chest, and I can get a windshield and everything else like that too, but I just don't know if I want to rev up my engine so high that whole time. And plus, this thing's only got a 2.9, okay? Not even a 3-gallon tank. It's 2.9. The factory says. So I'm going to be filling up every 120 miles now that I calculated. And I can't just go until I'm done. Like, I have to go to where I'm a quarter tank, then I have to fill up again, which is, you know, less than 100, like something around 100 or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I'd be stopping so often. I don't know if that would be this would be a good bike to be doing interstate trips. So that's what I want to do one day. But yeah, I mean, let me know in the comments. I mean, how do you guys feel? What are you guys thinking about your first bike? If you're watching this video and you're shopping for a new bike, what kind of bike are you looking at? I mean, I don't really look down at anything. You know, you buy whatever you want to buy. I just know personally that you need to take it slow. Don't be buying the biggest and baddest thing right out the gate, right? Buy something that you're going to be able to learn on, to enjoy, keep it for a little bit until you learn the basics, and that you can handle the power. And throttle control is a big thing. Like right now, my throttle control is pretty good on this 500, but you know, to be humble, I don't know how my throttle control and how my throttle hand is going to be on a 1000cc bike. I don't know how that feels, that sheer power and having taller gears. I just don't know how that feels. So, you know, maybe I'll go on some test rides and things like that, and I'm sure I'll learn. But you know, for right now, I'm happy with this bike. This Honda Rebel does everything I need it to do most of the time. And you know what, if I can go on the highway for a little bit, for an hour interstate, I can do that. For an hour or two, I can do interstate on this. But if you're talking about all day trip on the interstate, hell no. Hell no. I'd want something more comfortable, something like the Honda Goldwing, something like that. But yeah, in my personal opinion, to answer the question, you don't need 1000 cc's, and a lot of people will tell you as well. You don't need it. Even if you're an advanced rider, you don't need 1000 cc bike, especially when you're talking sport bike. I mean, why are you going to go out and buy a BMW SR 1000 RR? You know how fast that is? If you want it, you can go ahead and try, but you know, I want to be doing this sport for a long time. You know, I found a new love. It's never going to go away. I want time on my bike, and so I'm not going to ride stupid. I'm not going to put myself on a bike that I can't handle. And if I do buy a bike that's something that scares me a little bit, I'm going to take it step by step, just like I did with this Honda Rebel. And so, I don't know, food for thought for you beginner riders out there, just like me. Hey, I'm right with you. I'm not a professional. I'm just a regular dude, just sharing his experience, right? And my journey through all of this, right? So, all right, guys. Well, until next time, if you guys have any thoughts about your first bike, and you know, whether you should get more than 500 cc's or anything like that, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to talk to you. And you know, I don't have a lot of subscribers right now, and I don't have a big following right now. So as of right now, I can get to all of your comments. Trust me, I try to get to all of your comments. But I don't really think I'm gonna be that huge or anything like that. I'm just doing it for fun, you know. But I do care about hearing from the subscribers that I do have. So let me know in the comments. I love to chat. All right, if you know, and if you like this, like and subscribe, please. It helps my channel. I don't know what it's helping right now. It just, you know, maybe get it more seen. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.